What's going on, guys? It's your girl Shantae C, and I'm chilling with my homegirl
Nia, what's up? It's another Wednesday. We here. We're gonna get into some tea
and some things.
and some things. All right, so let me start. Well, Lord, I'm sure everybody have seen it today. It has been. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had to get right, y'all. Okay, so it's been a sad day. With the loss of Tina Turner.
Yeah,
Condolences to her family, to us.
we're her family.
Yeah.
We grew
I
up
mean,
on
grew
Tina.
up on Tina, and Tina, one thing I can say, not only was she a musical genius,
She was beautiful.
beautiful, a very strong woman, inspirational to come out of what she went through and
Yeah, because that was
still,
crazy. And I always think about when I saw What's Love Got to Do with It.
oh my God, what a
We
phenomenal
we
movie.
only got a small sliver of what happened to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So
I
that's
mean,
definitely, I mean, she was 83 years old. I'm not sure what the causes were, but I definitely want to say that, we will miss this icon, and I can't say gone too soon cuz she lived her life for sure. But it's always sad to see them go. You know what I mean?
yes, yes, but we have her music.
Yep.
She's
So
definitely left
she lives on.
legend. Yeah, she lives on.
She lives on.
Oh, I'm freezing, but okay.
Well, we got you right here.
Shantae got us on the comments. Okay, and moving on, but we will keep um Miss Turner's family in our prayers,
Yeah,
definitely.
because we definitely,
Because it's
hate
no
to
matter
see.
how old somebody is or whatever, it's just hard to lose them. You never want to.
That's true. That is very true.
All right, and moving on. Another condolences.
Oh
No,
no.
no, I'm kidding.
Oh
To the
no.
Lakers because they got
Oh, so that's their condolence. Oh my goodness.
they were
Sorry,
swept in
Brian.
the Lakers got swept. LeBron didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it, but LeBron didn't like it.
So
Um,
what'd he do?
I mean, he didn't do anything crazy, but he did say,
He let it
"Well,
be known he ain't like it.
yeah." He let it be known he didn't like it. He said, "We'll see where his basketball career go. You'll be right on that court next year, buddy."
I mean, he ain't that old. He only what, like 36?
About ish, yeah.
Yeah, he got a couple more years, maybe 40. Then he could kind of.
Yeah, I don't think he's been swept before.
Well, I mean, it
It
happens like
happens.
that.
It
It
happens.
happens. I don't understand what he's getting mad about. It's like a
I
child.
don't think he was mad. I think
No.
that it's his job
How
um
much do they lose by?
and then like they live, they work hard to get in the playoffs, and to get swept you got to lose 3 games in a row. That's not good.
Well, I mean, he's won a lot of times, so come on, like, give
Yeah,
somebody else a chance.
he has certainly won a lot.
Yeah.
All right, I'm giving up on that. Okay, and so speaking of basketball, and I love this story. I think it's so good, and we need more of this. But Jay Morant, NBA player for the Memphis Grizzlies, he took to social media with some posts just telling his mom and his kid and everybody that he loves them.
Oh yes, I
And he
love
said
that.
bye. So the police went,
Bye.
yeah, but I
What?
don't know if he meant bye. Well, we don't know what he meant by bye. But it wasn't, he was fine. The police took it upon themselves to go do a wellness check on him. And I thought
Okay.
that was great. And
Yeah.
they need more of that. If you
Yeah.
see something weird on social media or
It's
whatever,
like kind of see
send
what's
for a
going on.
wellness
Like,
check.
don't just dismiss it.
Right. And don't just do it because he's a professional basketball player. Do it to people that, maybe posting weird things.
Cryptic messages.
Yeah, I
Weird
don't know.
cryptic messages.
I don't know, but they did go do a wellness check, and he's okay, and everything was okay.
Well, that's good.
So I thought that was really good, but it's definitely an eye opener if we see something
Say something.
out of
See something, say
out of
something.
order, out of character, or whatever. Definitely, you know,
See something, say something.
check on it.
Yeah.
Check up on it. And this is one of my faves. Y'all know how much I love the Migos. So Offset, he's working on a new, well, I believe he's working on a new album, but he's working on a new song that he did with Takeoff before he passed. So we should be getting that soon. I don't know the release date yet, but I'm
Okay.
excited about it.
Yeah.
And he seemed to be very excited about it. And, that'll be good. That's his cousin. It was the last song they did,
Together.
did together. So we will definitely keep you guys caught up on the release of that, because that's going to be good. And
Yes.
yes, my heart still breaks for Take,
Yeah.
so sad. So
we've
sad.
lost too many too soon.
Too many too soon.
Yeah.
So we are gonna move on into our topic of the day. You had any celebrity stuff you wanted to chat about, Shante?
Let me see. What can I pull out of the hat? Celebrity news? I mean, besides Tina Turner, that kind of was a big one. Let's see here.
Okay, so you don't have any.
No.
Well, we are going to move into our topic of the day. Shante, bring us in because we got to talk about this.
Okay, so our topic for today, guys, the fans want to know, what do you do when you have somebody who over promises and under delivers? I'm gonna say it again. Over promises and under delivers. Now, this could be anybody, right? This could be a friend. This could be a lover. This could be your job.
Yeah.
This could be a restaurant. You telling me I'm about to get a juicy steak and then that thing come out and be half burnt?
Well, you shouldn't have ordered it well done.
Over promising and under delivering. So I got a funny story before we jump all the way into the topic. So I went to this restaurant here in the downtown area. I will not speak its name. And I ordered some salmon, right?
Mhm.
Some grilled salmon. So I'm thinking that the salmon is going to come out. It's going to be nice and juicy, like normal salmon. The place looked pretty upscale. And the salmon was like $21, right?
Okay.
The salmon came out. It was completely dried out. Like to the point where I couldn't even stick my fork in it. And I said, "Excuse me."
Oh, wow.
I was like, "Excuse me, what's going on with the salmon?" And I said, "How was it cooked?" And they said, "Well done." I said, "What?" I said, "Sir, salmon is not supposed to be cooked well done." "Well, ma'am, that's how they cook here." I was like, "Oh, take it back. Over promising because it definitely looked great on the menu. Got that junk, under deliver."
Yeah, well, they definitely should have asked you what temperature you wanted for your salmon, because you can't just assume everybody want well done.
Salmon? I mean, it may be a hamburger, but not salmon. Come on.
I mean, there are some people that's like, I want all my stuff like cooked. So that restaurant should have asked you what temperature you wanted your salmon.
And unfortunately, it was black owned. Unfortunately.
And then, I mean, I don't know what restaurant, but I think that it could, maybe they get it sent back a lot. Oh, this is undercooked or whatever. I don't know. But
I was like, just because I'm a little chocolate girl, do not assume that I want my salmon well done. That is a negative. I didn't even think I needed to mention that. I have never gotten salmon that was that tough. Anyways, so that's her over promise and under deliver. So, Nia, have you ever experienced that or had someone you know who's ever experienced that?
I've experienced it, and people I know. I'll tell you one thing. I stayed in a whole relationship for 3 years because I was overpromised, and certainly they
Under deliver.
underdelivered, and I was way overpromised. Yeah.
So,
And it sucks because it's hard to, it's hard to cut somebody down and say, well, you've been saying this and you've been saying that and you've been saying this for years. And
right.
you have not executed.
And it's hard. I feel like it's hard, especially in a relationship, because you get into the relationship, and I feel like at the beginning, not always, but most of the time, especially if you're older, at the beginning, you guys are having talks about, you know, what you bring to the table versus what they bring to the table.
Right. And things can change throughout.
Yeah.
Certainly. But yeah.
So at what point, like when that changes, like when that shifts, do you feel like the person who promised it, when do you feel like it is their obligation to say something? Like if it shifts, like we know everything ain't gonna be the same all the time.
Right.
But when it shifts, like how long of a grace period should we give the person who's made the shift?
Not 3 years. Okay. Take it from me, guys. Don't wait 3 years. Because then it's just bad. You're so over it.
So my question is if they overpromise, right? And then they come and they say, you know what? I know I told you I was going to do this, and I know I told you I was going to do that, but things have changed. And so I need to set new expectations. Do you still give them more chance? Like, do you still give them more rope? Like, if they explain, like, why they're not performing at the level?
I think so. I think if somebody is grown enough to at least explain and acknowledge.
Yeah.
It's the people that don't acknowledge.
Like, oh, well, I never said that, or I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, or whatever.
Or just promise all the time and never deliver, but never say, oh, I'm sorry, because I said we would be here, and I said we would get this, and I said I would do this, and I said I would do that, but you never even bring it up. You just keep promising all this stuff. I know people that, I definitely know people that overpromise and underdeliver.
So,
and it's bad. It could be bad.
So,
and toxic.
Definitely, because especially being in a relationship, not all the time do you have the courage, especially if it's not anything really wrong per se. It's just that they're not living up to the expectations that they set. So then you're kind of like, how do you even approach it? And do you want to even approach it? And it's like, do you even have the courage to step up and be like, hey, you said you was going to buy me a Lamborghini. Why am I still driving a Toyota?
Because I overpromised.
Right.
And definitely underdelivered.
Exactamundo.
But, I mean, and not saying that things are okay, but not saying that you would stay around for things, but it's like, but even when you're building with somebody and you're we come up with these goals together, okay,
yeah,
we can have a baby, or we can buy a house, yeah, we could do whatever, and and you're doing your part, and the other person's not doing their part, they're just promising and not delivering. It could be a problem, and it's hard to bring up. Yeah, certainly hard to bring up.
I think,
but it's not fair.
I think, to know your partner is the first kind of step to try to figure out what to do, you know. Because if you know your partner, then some people respond to sugar honey baby. Some people respond to common sense. Some people respond to you hollering and acting a fool. So, you got to know your audience. And then you got to find a way to possibly respectfully say what you need to say. Yeah, Zuri, it is a problem. I get it.
Zuri says it's a problem. Yeah, it is. It could become so, okay. Think about it. You have people in your family, whatever, and they come to you and they're like, oh, I need help right now because I'm going to start this job and I'm going to do this and I have plans to doing this and all that. You make these decisions based upon the promise that they've given you, because you wouldn't necessarily, and nothing's wrong with helping anybody, but would you want to help somebody? Let's just use this as an example. Take their car out of repo, spend a couple $1,000s. If they don't have the next car payment, but they're promising all this stuff, you gotta,
right? Like, don't waste my money.
Yeah, you gotta be direct, because they're gonna be back in the same situation, and that money you gave
is gonna be gone.
It's now a waste. So it is important that people really try not to overpromise and underdeliver, because people will promise the world
to get what they want. Yes,
I'm going to. Oh my God, I want to be good. I'm going to work. I'm going to work these extra jobs. I'm going to work these extra shifts. I'm going to do my side business on the side. I'm going to do all this. And you think, oh my God, I got to help this person because,
right. They
gotta, they're on the way to do all of this.
Right. And I'm not trying to be the one that hinders them to fail.
Right.
So if I can help, like, I want to help you, but don't overpromise what you gonna do on your end, because I am not gonna underdeliver.
Yeah, and it happens a lot, just in general, but in relationships, everything, and it's a hard conversation to have.
Right. Like, how about, if you have a friend, and this is where I feel like people overpromise and underdeliver all the time. You say, hey, I need some help moving, right? And then they want to come for 1 hour. Oh, girl, I'm going to help you move. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to be there bright and early, rain or shine, this, that, and the third. They get there and they like, oh, you mean we got to move for all day? Oh, girl, I was only going to be here for an hour. You be like, I could have got somebody else to help me if I knew you was only going to be here for 1 hour.
Yeah. Don't make the promise.
Don't make the promise. Just say what it is. Girl, I got you. You do not got me if you only here for an hour helping me move.
Do not make the promise.
Right.
Just try not to overpromise and underdeliver. Because it is a problem. It is a problem. And it could cause a big problem.
Not only that, it can cause wasted money, wasted time, wasted energy. Like, you wasting, especially the time component, because you can never get time back. Don't promise me nothing that got to do with my time. I might be able to forgive the money, but not the time.
Yeah.
Because I can't never get my time back. And I know people who have spent, years being in relationships with people, and they saying they gonna do one thing, and then that never happens. And now here they are still looking for Mr. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shoot.
Or everybody kind of say what they, and things change, certainly things. But
you need to communicate.
But everything, you start out one way and you have all these promises,
and then you need to allow me to make the choice. Like, if you communicate with me to say, okay, things have changed, and what I said I could do, I can't do that. Like, give me the option to be like, okay, you know what? It's changed. That's not what I wanted to deal with. So I gotta bounce. I love you, but I gotta bounce. You were honest, and that's fine, but that's not how I want to live my life. Like,
Right.
I think that's where people get pissed off, because it's kind of like, I wasn't intending to live that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It's like, you didn't even give me the option. So basically, you made up in your mind what you wanted to do and never communicated that to me. And then I'm sitting here wondering why you're not doing what you said you was gonna do. You already made up in your mind you weren't gonna do it.
Yeah, I feel you.
And now you done committed me to your decision without giving me a say so.
Yeah, and that happens a lot. I told y'all I was there for 3 years with all these promises. Okay.
It's like, okay, I never said that I wanted to do this all by myself, or I never said that I wanted to, be your doctor. I never, I never said I wanted to. I never said I wanted to do that. And now everything has changed, and you have not given me the option to be like, okay, I know that this is happening or that is happening, but I guess where I get a little, it's like a gray area, because if you've been with somebody for a long time and you know who they are, their character, they're this, they're that, then do you give them a pass if they're not living up to that expectation that they set all these years ago? Because people do change. I mean, 3 years is a long time to still have the same goal.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think it's a communication thing, like you said, and I think that if somebody, you know what you promised, you know what you said, you know what we discussed we would do, and I think that if people are not going to live up to it, like you said, it is only fair to give that person a life decision. It is only fair to say, hey, I know that I said that,
We
I would have, that I would have shared custody of my kid,
Right.
that I would have my kid every other weekend or every other week. And now I decided I'm going to fight for full custody of my kid because of X, Y, and Z. I think that somebody should share that with you. Because maybe
Especially if
that's
y'all
not
are
what
in a
you like.
relationship.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's not what you were looking for.
Heck yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because it's like, maybe I've done that already. Maybe I'm not ready to be somebody who has a kid that I gotta raise that's not mine. Maybe that's not what I really want.
Yeah, I mean, and
That
things change, but I know people that, been promising, oh, we're gonna get a house, oh, we're gonna do this, oh, we're gonna do that, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get my business, I'm gonna do this. And you have certainly
not done it.
under delivered and not talked about the plan, the new plan.
Yeah, and I think that even like the person on the other end, and so let's talk about the person who's over promising for a second, right? So some of the things that I feel like they might be going through is like shame.
Yeah,
Like, I said that I was going to do this. Now I can no longer do it for whatever reason. Um and I'm ashamed to tell that person, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to do that."
yeah, and that's the thing. That's the communication part. There's nothing wrong with you when you can't do what you promised. Hey, I know I tell people all the time. Oh, I know I promised that I will be able to go, but I'm not gonna be able to come.
Right.
I can't do it. I'm
Yeah.
overwhelmed.
Right.
Um,
So then there's that. And then there's denial. And that's where I feel like most of the people who overpromise and underdeliver, they're living in denial. Because it's like, you'll see them going down this path, right? They think that they're moving towards the path that they need to be moving towards, and you're looking at them from the outside saying, well, no, that is not what we talked about. But then when you talk to them, they are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and and you're like, but you're not even doing anything to move towards that goal.
and I think that if you bring something up like that, they may not know that, hey, I've overpromised and underdelivered. Boy, it happens so much. they may not know that that's what they're doing. So maybe it could be a conversation.
It's like, okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. And I'm not trying to discourage you, but when I look at what you are doing to get to that goal, it doesn't appear to me that you're taking the steps to get there.
Right.
So
you're riding the bike backwards.
Right. So it's like I'm not trying to down you. And the thing is, how is it easy for people to be able to receive and accept that type of message? Because that's kind of hard, you know? It's kind of
Yeah.
hard having that critical conversation with the person that you care about, because they may not receive it that well. So I don't know. I think it just depends. Like I said, you gotta know your audience.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it could cause problems when people are over promising and under delivering. Because sometimes you're making a decision to help somebody that's promising that
Yeah.
I'm going back to work and I'm doing this and I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, and people make decisions on what you're promising,
Yeah.
and if you're not gonna deliver,
Don't even go there with me. Don't even go there with me.
like Shantae said, somebody's promising you, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna, I'm gonna come by and help you. You could make other decisions,
Right?
if this person is not gonna.
Yeah, because I definitely, when we were moving into this house, I had somebody say that they were gonna come help me, and they literally stayed long enough to get a plate of food.
So they should have said, I'm gonna come but swing by, help with a box, and eat.
Right. And I was kind of like, I was a little ticked off about that situation. I was kind of like, okay. They made up an excuse as to why they had to leave. And I was like, okay, well then what would you come here for? And I was like, just go, because I'm about to get mad and I got all this scrap to move.
Well, some people just overpromise and underdeliver, and it could be a problem. So, do you guys have any comments about any advice for people that's overpromising and underdelivering? Anything we could tell these people to help?
Girl.
And how to address it?
Girl, listen.
Because I just think it's bad.
Yeah, it's all bad.
And we all get caught up doing it. Like I said, I'll promise somebody that I'm gonna come to the event, whatever. But
see, I don't do that no more. I don't even do that no more.
I've gotten better. I do say, oh, I'm not gonna be able to make it, or whatever. At least let them know, because you don't know what they're going through. It could be a head count, it could be a dollar amount for each person, whatever.
Yeah,
so it's good to just let them know. Don't just.
I normally just say, like, if somebody invites me somewhere, and if I even have a slight indication that I might not be able to go, I basically just tell them I don't really think I'm gonna be able to make it, but let me see, and I'll follow with you when it gets closer to the time, if I know I really can't go. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the best word out there, guys, is we'll see. No, not no. We'll see. Because we'll see leaves it open.
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
Mike.
We got a 1 minute tip this week. We got a 1 minute tip because we only got 1 minute left. So, in the spirit of it being summertime, and it's nice to lose a couple of pounds.
Yes, it is.
So, one thing that I find is really fun and not very expensive is to go to the pool. The pool helps you burn a lot of calories, especially if you're just splashing around and just having a good time, and just really, it requires every single part of your body to be in that water and really be navigating.
Yeah.
And so the water resistance against your body and moving is the same thing for 20 minutes in the pool that it would be for 2 hours of working out. So I highly suggest that if you have a pool in your neighborhood, or if your friend has access to a pool or whatever, definitely check out getting in the pool, because it is a great way to shed a couple of pounds and have a little bit of fun.
Yes, it is. It is. I agree.
Yeah. So Robin says, so you saying I should take my big ass to the pool this summer?
Yes, girl. Get in that pool. Get in that pool.
Yep. All right.
Splash around and have some fun.
Well, that's our time, and we will see y'all next week. We love you. You can check us out on all social media platforms. Peace.
See you next Wednesday, same time.